Give us some perspective on the type of flows we're seeing into Ghana right now.
Thank you very much, and good morning to your listeners as well. So I think it's an exciting time, not only just for Ghana, but for Africa on the whole, especially as some of the other developed countries seek resources. And now for us in Ghana, we are now looking at specific investment opportunities, both in the resource space and also in the market-seeking FDI space, to buoy up the efforts of government in the economy. And indeed, it's been pretty interesting. We've seen some big movements. For example, ExxonMobil coming into Ghana. We're looking at Gazprom also coming into Ghana, and Litasco, which is a subsidiary of Gazprom, also coming to Ghana. But even more articulated in that sense is that, yes, we are still seeing significant interest from China. And as we prepare to go to the FOCAC conference next month, there is a lot of communication going back and forth. I mean, we recently signed up with Sinohydro, which is a large Chinese company, for a $2 billion investment in across a number of sectors. But I think for me, the more critical part is how to open up intra-Africa investment and trade as well. And accordingly, last couple of months back, we had the Gangeria conference, which was pretty successful. At least for anything at all, we're able to discuss some of the barriers that exist between the two countries and how we can resolve them. And I'm very happy to say that the private sector is doing much more and better at regionalizing than the government, because you have businesses that are actually cross-investing, some investing in Nigeria, and Nigerian businesses investing in Ghana. And we've seen some of the banks, for example, open branches all over West Africa. So that is a very good story to latch on. And as we go on to actualize the Continental Free Trade Area Agreement, I think there's significant opportunity for intra-Africa trade. Because then, first of all, but even before then, there's a wider opportunity of intra-Africa investment. We've seen investors coming from Eastern Africa and Southern Africa come through Ghana and come to the GIPC, looking at a variety of things, but mostly in the manufacturing space, because of a policy we had called the One District, One Factory, which is setting up setting up factories and production facilities in each of the 254 districts across Ghana. Now, the importance of it as an opportunity is that it actually opens out into West Africa. And as you know, Ghana is really set in the middle of West Africa. So for most of these investors, they are looking for opportunities not only in Ghana, but in West Africa.
Right.
And I think the Gangeria conference also capitalized a bit on that, not only talking of the opportunity in Ghana, but also the opportunity in Nigeria. Now, as governments, it's up to us to understand what that means and create the sort of investment environment that will make us attractive.
All right, Yofi, if I can just clarify, you made a point and you gave quite a few examples of resource-related investments, especially in the oil and gas space. Give us a sense of where else you're expecting significant investment into Ghana as you try to hit that $10 billion target.
Okay, well, of course, we are embarking on a very aggressive railway development project of 4,700 kilometers of new railway. That in itself is quite a significant investment, up to about $21 billion. Now, we don't expect to do all of that in 1 year, but we expect that at least a significant portion, what we call the Western Line and the Eastern Line, are going to be started this year. Now, apart from that, we also have a unique opportunity in the bauxite industry of setting up an integrated aluminum industry that is from the production of the bauxite to the refining into alumina and then into aluminum, which is a great opportunity there, apart from the iron ore opportunity, which is another $5 billion or so. But I think that the more interesting one we're seeing now is agriculture. Because we're seeing quite a lot of interest in agriculture to produce organic foods for export. And I think that is where the next wave of investors are going to be, apart from the One District, One Factory opportunity. So we are seeing some variations. I mean, more diversity in the investment interests of foreign direct investors coming to Ghana.
What about in the technology space? We know that the internet penetration is quite high in Ghana when you look at regional peers. Give us a sense of what type of investments you are seeing relating to technology.
Indeed, very interesting. And just 2 weeks ago, when the GIPC hosted a youth entrepreneurship forum, we had a very important guest from GTG Capital Partners, Robert Goldberg, who himself has been a very, very successful entrepreneur and techpreneur in the U.S. And he actually came to speak at the event, highlighting the opportunity. But what was interesting is he had a good 10 minutes, but he stayed almost an hour talking to some of the technology space companies. And what we are expecting to do is to capitalize on that and actually have a conference before the end of the year, which we hope we will engage the IFC and a couple of other multinationals to support, like the G20 and the Compact, to harness the opportunities that exist not in Ghana but in West Africa. And I'm sure you heard that Google is setting up their AI research center in Accra. And we believe that Nigeria has also got some significant power when it comes to the technology space. I believe that West Africa can in itself set up a really strong hub for incubating and creating businesses in technology.